The sun is setting on what was a very nice and warm weekend across North Texas. A little bit windy, but generally it was pretty nice. The weather was perfect for visiting the craft fair yesterday, benefiting Waxahachie Care. I want to thank everybody that came out to that. A lot of you stopped by and said hello to me. That was a great thing. It was great to meet some of the folks that have followed this page for so long that I never really get to speak to. So thank you so much for that. We have an interesting week ahead of us, so we'll get into that shortly after we talk about our sponsor for this segment since the very began, KTX Transport. They've been working with Ellis County since the start, and I know we have a lot of new folks that are following this page, so I want to kind of reintroduce KTX Transport to you. They're a logistics company based here in Ellis County, and they deliver all over the world. So they are the ones that are working on getting your products from A to B. And what I will also say to you is that if you are a owner or you have a truck of your own, a rig, delivery rig, 18-wheeler, that kind of thing of your own, and you want to work as an owner-operator with a company, KTX Transport would be a good company to work with. It's benefiting the economy here in Ellis County. And hey, they're working all around the world doing really interesting things. They've done major shipments for major companies and been involved in some pretty neat things. And you can go to their Facebook page. If you go to KTX Transport on Facebook, really interesting stuff there. Really interesting plugs of the different projects they're working on. You can also go to shipktx.com. If you want to work for them, send them an email, send them a Facebook message. They would love to get in touch with you about that. Let's talk about the weather. We have a few things to talk about here. Monday. Most of the day, Monday's going to be fine, okay? It's going to be highs in the mid to upper 70s. Going to be windy again. Going to be mostly cloudy, though, so it will be a little bit cooler. Monday night is when things get interesting, okay? So we've got another round of possibly strong to severe thunderstorms, looking at a straight line of those storms moving in, and we'll probably see storms develop, and you'll see some storms out to our west tonight. You might be able to see some of the clouds off in the distance. Fortunately, those probably are not going to reach us. They should weaken and fall apart before they reach our area. But we will see storms tomorrow night. Looks like between 10 p.m. and midnight affecting our area. Should arrive somewhere around 10, 11 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll have more on that, of course. We are under an enhanced risk of severe weather. What's interesting about that enhanced risk is we're really not looking at any kind of unique situation as so far as we can tell for tomorrow night. But it looks like the primary threat is going to be those damaging winds. Look like we could see one of those bowing out sections right of those storms. Of course, with that sometimes comes a hail threat, just generally. Not looking at massive hail or anything, but we could see some hail out of that system. We could also see some of those QLCS tornadoes that we've been talking about, those little spin-ups right on the leading edge of the storm. That's a possibility going through that time, but generally we're not really looking at too big a concern there. For the most part, looking at that wind threat, and then I'll be watching, of course, for those little spin-ups that happen here and there, but not looking at any kind of major outbreak or catastrophic situation by any means. For the most part, it should be just your average early spring severe weather situation. So stay tuned, make sure you have ways to receive warnings. If you're going to be asleep by then, make sure you have ways that will wake you up. And of course, I will be monitoring that. Lows are going to be in the, looks like the mid-50s Monday night. Mid to upper 50s, I think. Tuesday, becoming sunny. So all the showers and thunderstorms move out early Tuesday morning. Tuesday during the day, it's going to become sunny. It's going to be windy all week, folks. Highs will be in the mid-80s. It's going to be another warm one on Tuesday. Then things Tuesday night we'll see clear skies. Lows will be in the upper 50s, and that's kind of going to be the last time we're going to see those kind of temperatures for a little bit, because Wednesday, sunny and windy with highs in the low 70s. So we start cooling off on Wednesday with the arrival of a cold front. Wednesday night's clear, lows in the upper 40s. Thursday, sunny and windy, highs will be in the upper 60s on Thursday. And then Thursday night, clear skies with lows in the mid-40s. So we're going to get a little bit chillier the next few days with the arrival of a stronger cold front. Friday, sunny with highs in the upper 60s again. And then looks like Friday night might be a little bit chilly as well. Now, what's interesting about next week is the weekend will kind of stay normal. You know, it looks like it's a pretty nice weekend. It's going to stay windy. Next week, though, we're looking at the next storm system. Could be more of a rainmaker for our area. We'll have to kind of see what the models say, what the forecast says. But it looks like we could get more than one day of rain. I was talking to a lot of you over the weekend at that craft fair about how the trouble in this part of the spring, really across the spring, is that we always think about how we're going to get rain, and we get a lot of storms. But those storms move in, they're hit and run, right? You get a really quick downpour and then it's out. So you don't actually get substantive rain. We're in drought conditions, folks. So hopefully next week we may be looking at more of a rain situation. Maybe tomorrow we can squeeze out a few raindrops earlier in the day from some of those clouds. I doubt it. But it looks like next week we could have a better chance of getting some rain to hopefully help out the drought conditions here in Ellis County.